is Wednesday, February 11th. Good morning and welcome to THG Now with Mervyn Hanley. THG Now is powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin. Let us hear from our proud sponsor and we will be right back with the news in detail.
Carl & Sons has delicious food to fit your lifestyle and go easy on your pockets. Carl & Sons, your number one spot for breads, pastries, cakes, sandwiches, breakfast, and lunch. Check out Carl & Sons today on Pondville and in Coal Bay.
The government of Anguilla has acquired 6 acres of land to the north of the Albina Lake Hodge Comprehensive School quarter campus, marking a significant step toward the future expansion of the island's secondary education infrastructure. The property, purchased for just over $1 million, was previously owned by the Baptist Christian School and includes a 3-story building, offering immediate potential for redevelopment and academic use. Education Minister the Honorable Shelia Rogers-Webster announced the acquisition during a government press conference on February 9th, noting that the land had been offered to the former administration in the past but was not pursued. We were able to take advantage of this, Rogers-Webster said. The acquisition of this property is critical to the overall development of the secondary school facilities. She explained that over the next year, government officials will work closely with education partners to determine the most effective use of the land. The goal is to produce a finalized infrastructure development plan for secondary education projects, with the hope that many of the facilities will be concentrated within the same area. Addressing the cost, the minister described the investment as well worth the funding that was paid for it, emphasizing its long-term benefits for Anguilla's students and education system. The move signals a renewed focus on strengthening educational infrastructure as part of the government's broader development agenda. Leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, the Honorable Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, has sounded a strong warning over what she described as serious irregularities on the voters' list, calling for immediate action to restore integrity to the electoral process. Speaking Monday night on Your Voice with the NRP, Dr. Daniel Hodge revealed that the party has identified multiple concerns, including the presence of deceased individuals still listed as eligible voters and the persons who remain on the register despite not meeting the residency requirements to vote in Nevis. According to the NRP leader, these issues pose a direct threat to free and fair elections and must be urgently corrected. The voters' list must be cleaned up, she stressed, warning that failure to address the matter opens the door to manipulation and electoral abuse. Dr. Daniel Hodge further accused the governing Concerned Citizens movement of attempting to benefit from a flawed system, saying her party is fully aware of what she described as plans to get away with another election. That will not happen, she declared firmly. The Nevis Reformation Party will not rest until the list is properly rectified. She called on election officials and all relevant authorities to act without fear or favor, emphasizing that democracy depends on a credible and transparent voters' list. The NRP has signaled that it will continue to apply public pressure and closely monitor the process in the lead-up to the upcoming local and federal elections. Out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, opposition leader Ralph Gonzalez has revealed that the United States has advised the new government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines against pursuing citizenship by investment programs and switching diplomatic relations from Taiwan to China. Gonzalez made the disclosure during his contribution to the 2026 budget debate, stating that the advice was delivered to the highest levels of government by officials from the United States. According to Gonzalez, U.S. officials emphasized that while foreign policy decisions remain the sovereign right of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Washington would strongly prefer that the government refrain from engaging in passport sales through CBI programs and avoid changing diplomatic recognition to China. He warned that Western governments now view CBI schemes not merely as financial management tools, but as serious security risks, stressing that the United States, Britain, and Europe are increasingly frustrated with such programs. They are fed up, Gonzalez said, arguing that these initiatives are now regarded as destabilizing to financial systems and international relationships. In one of his strongest cautions, Gonzalez likened CBI revenues to cocaine, warning that countries become financially addicted and suffer severe economic shock when the funds inevitably decline. He noted that several Caribbean nations are already seeing falling CBI income, which has triggered balance of payments pressures. A sudden drop in foreign exchange could force foreign currency devaluation from 2.70 to $1, leading to inflation, capital flight, and economic hardship, similar to what Jamaica experienced, he cautioned. Addressing the proposed diplomatic switch from Taiwan to China, Gonzalez said that the risks extend far beyond politics and enter dangerous financial territory. He described dependence on Chinese financing as a hook in your gill, suggesting it compromises national sovereignty and economic independence. The opposition leader warned that existing loan agreements with Taiwan include material change in circumstances clauses, meaning a diplomatic break could prompt creditors to immediately demand repayment of outstanding principal and interest. Such a move, he said, could trigger serious financial instability. Attempting to court China while trying not to anger the United States, Gonzalez characterized as risky business, reckless business, with potentially grave consequences for the country. And finally, in our news this morning, light with entertainment, but still on the serious side, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, makes cultural splash in new reggae single Reparations with Gramps Morgan. The Honorable Prime Minister has stepped into the cultural spotlight, making a striking appearance on a new reggae single titled Reparations, led by internationally acclaimed reggae artist Gramps Morgan. The song delivers a powerful message centered on the long-standing Caribbean and global call for reparations justice for the crimes of slavery and colonialism. Brown appears on the track under the name Gassy Dread, lending his voice and perspective to a movement that has traditionally been championed through diplomacy, activism, and now music. The collaboration blends reggae's deep roots in resistance and social consciousness with modern advocacy, using rhythm and lyrics to amplify a conversation that continues to shape Caribbean political discourse. Speaking on the significance of the project, Morgan has emphasized that music remains one of the most effective tools for keeping historical truth alive and mobilizing people across generations. Reparations is already generating attention across regional and international airwaves, particularly within Caribbean communities in New York and the wider diaspora, where conversations around historical justice remain strong. For Prime Minister Gaston Brown, the song represents more than a creative experiment. It is a cultural extension of Antigua and Barbuda's long-standing leadership in advocating for reparations on the global stage. The release comes at a time when Caribbean leaders continue pressing former colonial powers for acknowledgement, apology, and meaningful compensation for the enduring social and economic impacts of slavery. Tell you what, let's take in a bit of reparations.
Justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Restitution for the labor and the good. Across the ocean, torn from the land.
Hits 92 FM, 92.
Chains on the feet, whip in the hand. But your light carried us through the storm. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but truth to be told.
Wow. That was Gramps Morgan there for you. And he co-produced that song with the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Gaston Brown. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we've just concluded THG Now with Mervyn Hanley. The news, of course, was powered by Carl & Sons, unique bakery on the island of St. Martin, with 3 locations on that island, on the Ponfill, at the St. Martin Medical Center, and in Colbay. Remember, before you leave here, to like or follow our Facebook page. That's THG. Or if you're listening or logged on to our YouTube channel, please subscribe before you leave. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, my name is Mervyn Hanley. Have a blessed day further.
edit.